Hello and welcome back to the 20 something show here on Relufe TV, where we talk about life in your 20s and we give relatable steps on how to navigate life as a 20 something year old, particularly in Nigeria. And I'm your host, Art, the Eater, the Vitamin Baby. And yes, I would be taking you on this journey with us today. And yes, today's video is going to be a sequel to the previous episode that was released on personal branding. You know, when people hear branding, the first thing that would likely come to your mind is maybe logos, something basically that reminds you about something, right? But branding goes way deeper than that. Now, I had initially mentioned that it was going to be a two-part episode. You know, the first one we talked about the person in personal branding, and today now we're going to talk about branding, you know, as it relates to career. So if you haven't seen the previous episode, this is your cue to do that now, because this is going to be a follow-up discussion from what we discussed in the previous one, so that you don't get lost and you're able to just roll with us, okay? Today, the first thing I'm going to start with is that branding, personal branding, begins with the most important truth, which is that you have something to say. Now, for a lot of us, we grew up in an environment where we were not allowed to question anything. We're just supposed to go with the tide, go with the flow, stick to the status quo. Whatever we were given is what we're expected to take. We're not allowed to ask why. We're not allowed to, question situations or even ask people questions, because it was seen as a sign of rebellion or maybe disrespect, or it was just strange to do that those times. And so because of that, a lot of us tend to second guess ourselves. Yes, a lot of us grew up with trauma and baggage from our past, and it would be very, very helpful for you to let it go, shed some of that weight and understand that this is your life now. And so whatever your life is going to become is what is going to be highly dependent on what you do at this point, okay? So, because it gets to a point in your life where you don't have to blame everything on what you experienced as a child. You're supposed to know that at this point of your life, it is up to you to decide what you want to make of yourself, right? So, yeah, taking it back to what I said earlier, a lot of us learned how to second guess ourselves because of that experience. And, some of you are genuinely so intelligent, so brilliant, with something to offer, but you often second guess yourself because you don't even know where to start from. You don't even know what to say. You don't even know if people are going to listen to you, And that is very wrong, all right? Because so long as you're a person, there is something that you have to offer that people are waiting for. Do you understand? So you have a story to tell, and it's important to know that nobody can tell the story like you. Let's even bring it to the basic level. Some of you know how to gist. There are certain people that when they just tell you, Alpha, there's gist, or I have gist to tell you, you will tend to leave behind every other thing that you were doing just to come and hear this gist, because you know that this person knows how to deliver the gist. They will come with the right gesticulations, the right body language, and they know how to give the gist. They know how to break it down in the order of importance, and it just leaves you hooked. And there's a popular content creator that is known for this, and that is Hawa. Hawa is so good at storytelling, bringing regular day-to-day gist and just cooking it all up in a way that you cannot ignore. It is very, very difficult to scroll past an Hawa video. That's because the hooks are usually, as the name implies, a hook. It literally hooks you, gets you hooked to the video, and you sit down there to listen to what she has to say. Because of the way that she's able to just tell the story in a compelling manner. Do you understand? So that can be you as well. Do you get? There's always something to talk about. And thankfully, we don't have to go through the rigors of trying to communicate manually like we used to in time past. There's social media now. As regarding personal branding, social media is the most viable vehicle through which we can communicate our values and our stories. And so you could say something here and somebody all the way in America is watching it because why? Social media. So we literally have that already. That's our number one advantage. So you no longer have an excuse, all right? Tell that story and use your social media to push it out. So it is important that you understand that there are so many ways to carve out a niche for yourself. You know, a lot of us are incredibly talented and sometimes because of procrastination and second guessing, let me put it this way. Have you ever had an idea, but then because you were stressing so much about how to refine it, about how to make it come out in the best way possible, then you see somebody else has gone ahead and puts that same stuff out. And now this person is getting popular because of that. And not just popular, the person is making money off of it. Okay, please let us know in the comment section if that has ever been you at any point. Now, this is because while you are there, stressing and fussing about how to put it out, somebody else who probably does not even have the experience or the skill that you have or even the knowledge that you've got has done something. And I mean, it's social media. Everybody is not always looking for something that is so refined and so perfect. So long as it is something that they enjoy, they are going to roll with it. And at the end of the day, you can't really blame anybody for that because entertainment is subjective, really. The kind of things that I probably would not enjoy is something that somebody else might just find pleasure stuffing themselves up with. And so you cannot really even fault them because it's their lives at the end of the day. And then that's why most people end up saying that, oh, you know, the market is so saturated. There's nothing new that you can do. Everybody's doing the same thing already. And I want to say that I do not totally subscribe to that idea because there's always a uniqueness to every single person, every single creator. And I'm not just talking about content creating now. I'm talking about business, you know, career, business-wise. There's always something to do. You know, there's always a story to tell. See, the truth is that, like I said earlier, nobody can tell the story like you. For some of us, we think that we only have to just sell something so big, but we can actually sell stories, personal, authentic stories. Now, somebody can come out today and say that, oh, you know, I remember one day when I went to bed hungry. It was such a gruesome experience. I never wish to experience it anymore. And then somebody else is coming to tell the same story of hunger. But then the person goes ahead to say that, you know, I remember there was a whole week. I was so hungry. There was nothing to eat. I was so broke. I was so frustrated with life. These are two people telling a similar story, but the weight of their experience is what makes the difference. Now, there's this video that is currently trending on social media. It's a video about 19-year-old Samuel who used to pick scraps for a living. And then this philanthropist met with him one day while he was doing his work and spoke to him and got to find out that the boy actually is a tiler. He's trying to work to save money to buy his work tools and stuff. You must have seen that. And then this guy goes ahead, gets him a haircut, gets him new clothes, gets him the machine that he needs, gives him money, and then tells people to, you know, support the guy and give him jobs and stuff. Now, I have just narrated a brief summary of that story. The philanthropist might also come and tell that story, but you know, none of that would strike the nerve that Samuel would strike if he chose to tell the story himself, because he's the one who has lived that experience. He is the one who knows what it truly felt like. So he's the one that will be able to communicate the story in a way that it will evoke all the emotions that it is supposed to evoke. And that's just basically what it is. Authenticity. There are areas of your life that you have not yet tapped into. See, the truth is that we most times think that people want to hear all the glam stories, success stories, and all of that. But then, a lot of people actually just want to know about the process. Most people don't care about finished work because there are a lot of people who have made it. There are a lot of people who have the finished work already. But people want to know how. How did it happen? Don't come and tell us, oh, hard work did this for me. I just was consistent and it happened. People want to know, okay, where did you get your big break? What steps did you take to get to that part? And it's not only just sad stories that you can sell, right? You can also sell other stories, but I'm just saying that as regarding life experiences personally, you can make something out of it. There's a reason that a lot of people love Wizkid more than they love Davido, and that's because they know Wizkid's story. He has been able to communicate his story through his music, through his art, and so people resonate with that because that is the reality of the larger population in Nigeria. Do you understand? So most people do not really care about Davido because he had a soft landing. But then Wizkid had to hustle his way to the top today. And so that is why a lot of people roll with him because he's literally living the experience. So that's something. You can make something out of your own life experience. You probably were bullied with something as a child. People yapped you about a particular feature of your body. Go ahead and make something out of that. Stop sulking over it. You're grown up now. Make something out of that. There's this lady on TikTok who has a particular body shape, right? And has decided to stop feeling bad about it because the truth is that she didn't create herself. And now what she does is styling for that body shape. And trust me, she is making waves. And I will not even be surprised if brands are already starting to partner with her because she understands that that is something that is working for her at the moment. That is something that is selling for her at the moment. And she has cashed in on it. Do you understand? So don't wait for one grand thing that nobody has ever done before. If you're waiting for that, then you're going to have to wait for a long time, most of the time, before you can put something out there. All right. So tell stories, tell authentic stories, make it relatable, make it catching. And trust me, that is one quick way to start building a brand for yourself. Because the truth is that people are not going to pay you for what you know. They're going to pay you for what you know that you converted into value. Do you understand? People are going to pay for perceived value. So the knowledge that you have, if it's just residual, it's not going to earn you any money. But once you start making something out of it, people are going to be drawn towards you. And you might just start making money off of it. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is start. Just start. See, a lot of times we want to start big. It's important to start the right way, of course. But what is more important than starting big is starting. See, embarrassment is the cost of entry. You would never know how much you can do until you start. So some of us just want to start a business. Say you want to start selling maybe clothes or shoes or something. You want to start rendering a service and you're waiting till you have money to rent a 3-bedroom apartment for your office. You're waiting till you have all the equipment, or say you want to start content creation. You're waiting till you have all the lights, all the cameras, everything. But you can literally just start with what you have. Do you understand? This is what hinders a lot of people. You want to start big, but you don't have the resources to do that. So use what you have. You have a small room in your father's house. You can start selling your clothes from there. You have a phone that at least has a camera. Even if it's not so great, you can start making videos with that camera. Along the line, you can make enough money to start buying gadgets and investing in other things that can make your content creation better. But hey, just start now. People might laugh at you. People might say you're using POS to shoot your videos or whatever. It's all part of what makes this success story sweeter. Yes, start small. Test your ideas in your small environment. You don't have to just wake up one morning and go and add world changer, global reformer to your bio. See, start small. Your global relevance most of the times depends on your local excellence. Do you understand? So you want to influence the whole world. Great. I love that for you. But start with your community. There are people around you that need that thing that you have to offer. Start with them and use it to build credibility before you get exposed to the whole world. Do you understand? There are 1001 ways to make a difference. You don't have to have the millions of followers before you make a difference. In your street, there's something that you can do there. Do you understand? And these things, you can start gathering your experiences. These are the things that might prepare you for the limelight eventually. Do you get? So start where you are. Fail. It's important. Start, fail. Learn how to get better. Test run. It's important that you do all of these things when you're still small, because like I said in the previous episode, when you are in the limelight does not give you the opportunity to make mistakes. So now that you're still small, do all of that. Make all the mistakes that you're going to make. It is easier to recalibrate from failure while you're still hidden than it is for you to do when the spotlight is upon you already. So the next thing is have a plan, right? Don't just build a brand that is everywhere. You're just there doing 1,000 things at the same time. See, there is so much beauty in specialization or centralization. Let people know you for something first before you branch out into something else. Now, you think about your strongest suits and make something out of that. Look, it is okay. I know multi-potentialites tend to struggle with centralization or specialization, as it were. But the truth is, it is much easier for people to trust you when you have a track record of doing something before branching out into the others. Look at Dangote, for example. When he started producing cement, people were able to trust him because he had shown his expertise with FMCGs, with sugar, and the likes. And so when he was introducing another product, people knew that, oh, okay, this man has a track record. We can follow him. There's an influencer on Instagram, Priscilla Uni. She's a makeup artist. She does everything beauty and all of that. And she has been at it for several years. Personally, a lot of the things I know about makeup, I learned from her. And then recently she started branching into fashion. And she still has her audience hooked. Do you know why? It's because she has been able to show mastery of her craft so much that people can now trust that whatever she's bringing is something that we can also trust. Do you understand? So it's okay to have several ideas. It's okay to have several strengths. But hey, build on the one that is your strongest suit first. And then when you have been able to secure your audience, then you can branch out into the other one. So you must be able to know when to pivot and when to continue going. Sometimes it's also important for you to know when to stop. So not every dream you have is supposed to be for immediate execution. There are some that need to wait. Let one go first. Go and test the waters with that one. See, the truth is that people are usually drawn to specialists in their field. For example, if you had a medical concern and you needed to seek help or advice from a doctor, you would most likely go to a specialist in the field in which you have that health concern. And that's just how life is wired. You would rather go to somebody who's a specialist than go to somebody who knows something about everything, because you are more assured that that person will be able to tend to that issue that you have. Do you understand? So that is just how it is. Let people know your brand for something. And then when you have the audience attention on you, then you can branch out into any other sphere. All right. And then the last thing we're going to talk about now is show up. Look, it is so important to show up for your brand consistently, not one day in, one day out. Literally force your brand down the throats of everybody. It's important to be top of mind. Let people be able to remember you when they're looking for a particular brand that offers a particular service or that sells a product or something. There's a popular parfait brand in Nigeria that, they're impossible to ignore because they're everywhere. They're running ads on all social media platforms. And so maybe on a random day, you woke up craving parfait, even without having any brand in mind. They are most likely to come to your mind first. Why? Because they've been able to keep themselves in front of your eyes. And you don't know, but you might not know, but your mind is more permeable than you think. You might just see it one day. You might keep scrolling every time you see it, just scroll past every time you see it, but it has registered in your subconscious. And so on that regular day, on that random day when you just wake up craving parfait, they are going to come to your mind, and it's just the normal thing. Why do you think a brand as big as Coca-Cola still pushes millions into marketing every year? It's because they understand the power of top of mind awareness. So you have to keep showing up, keep putting your brand in front of people's faces so that you are impossible to forget. Do you understand? Because the truth is that a lot of people do not make buying decisions on their first encounter with you. Do you get? So you have to have continually shown up in front of them before they'll be able to make the decision to patronize you. And it's just how it works for a lot of people. Do you understand? I might not patronize a brand when I see them for the first time, but when I've been able to see them consistently, seeing that they've been able to build credibility by showing up every time, then I would, want to look their way if I wanted their service or their product. Do you understand? And it also applies to, and this is also very important because people are going to follow you because of your track record. Then there was a day I was watching a video on Instagram, and this video had gotten over 15 million views. And then the creator came in the comment section and pinned a comment. I was like, this video has so many millions of views, but I still have less than 1,000 followers. And then I was curious, so I went to his page, checked him out, and I saw that he had only few videos. And even the video that went viral was quite different from the other things that he had been doing before. So I didn't follow him, actually, because I'm not seeing a track record. So this one-time fame that you have, are you going to be able to sustain it? Are you going to be able to keep me glued to your page? Because if maybe I followed you from this one video. And so that is the power of consistency, the power of showing up consistently. A lot of times people would see that one viral video of yours, but what would make them follow you is when they go through your page and see several other videos like that, and they see that you have been putting out content consistently. Do you understand? So that one-time thing never really sells it. It never really does it. People want to be able to trust that you can earn their following. Do you understand? Summarily, people can move on without you. People are selfish. That's the truth. So you have to keep reminding them why they must keep choosing you. All right. So show up for your brand. Show up. Show off. Show out. In fact, just keep showing us that you exist. And that might just be all that you need to do. So this year, we're not holding back. We're showing up consistently. Our social media pages are going to be buzzing. We're going to be impossible to ignore. Do you understand? Don't sleep on your potentials this year. Don't sleep on your potentials this year. I'll keep repeating it so that when you wake up every morning, my voice will be resounding in your ears. Don't sleep on your potentials this year. There's so much that is inside of you that the world is waiting to see. There might be some of the experiences that you're going through might not even be for you. It might be for somebody that is going to hear your story later and learn from it or draw strength from it. So don't hoard it from us. Give it to us. We're here. We're ready. So that's all I had to say today. Learned something from this video, please let us know in the comment section. And if you have any other thing that you would like to share with us, please go ahead and share it in the comments. Thank you so much. I remain RTDE to the Vitamin Baby, and this is still the 20 something show on Relufe TV. See you in the next one.